Hello everyone and welcome to round number 2 of 7 here in the Jegs Race of Champions of Ken. We have 14 drivers on the track today here at the Dover International Speedway for the second race of the round. This is the 1 mile track on the schedule. Last week we had our lone super speedway. This week our lone 1 mile. And the starting grid starts off how they finished last week with Jacob Edson on the pole in that number 10. Alongside him, Alex Kraft, the underdog at the ovals. He starts in that second position in that number 36, Jegs IROC car. Back in third, Kalen Nosler in the 17. He's won here before in the NSDCA. He won this race back in season number 1, driving his number 66 Mountain Dew Ford Fusion in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Nosler looking to go 2 for 2. Dover, and alongside him, Aiden Burkhart, the driver who won one race this season, is a pretty strong contender nonetheless. Tim Foster back sits in the 5th position. He is your championship, or he was your Mountain Dew Custom Series championship champion, I should say. There for Ange Auto, he is in that 40 car. Alongside him, Ryan Butcher in the number 01. Jay Jefferson starts this race in 7th. He's halfway through the field. Jay Jefferson, of course, the runner-up to the Season 1 title. He sits in 7th position alongside him. The winningest driver in the NSDCA, Diego Yepes, starting 8th. In 9th, Carson Bowers, the Season 2 Mountain Dew Custom Series champion. He sits alongside the driver who won that championship first, Peter Onjak, the inaugural Mountain Dew Custom Series champion. He starts in the 10th position. In 11th, Blake Maurice is your Season 1 Crown Royal Truck Series champion, and alongside him, his little brother Chandler, who won the Red Bull Short Track Showdown West Championship, starts in the 12th position for the Red Bull Short Track Showdown car. Back at 13th, Sebastian Kukulon is in that number 12, and alongside him, Zachary DeLello, who finished dead last at Daytona. We have just under a minute before these guys go green. It is a 60-lap event. The starting grid, as we saw, the starting grid for Daytona was based on qualifying. For race number 2, it starts with the points field. Race number 3, the points field will be inverted, and the last position in points will start on pole for next week. After that, it will go back to the regular point standings, and then back to inverted. So it will switch off and on the rest of the season. As this is supposed to be the gimmick series, to get all 14 of these champions, these great drivers trying to vie for a championship, the inaugural championship in the Jegs Race of Champions. We are just under 30 seconds away. We're just going to say thank you to all the viewers that are tuning in live across the nation here to watch the second round of the Jegs Race of Champions. Daytona was a little lackluster compared to what the hype was around this series and around Daytona. Will Dover provide that? Nah, it's not how that will work. But Jacob Edson starting on pole for Dover, getting ready for the command. Let's get ready to sit back for 60 laps here at the Dover International Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the engines fired up. 14 drivers getting ready to race here at Dover. And the pace car already flying away down this back straightaway. Jacob Edson pulling away just a bit from that outside line, but Alex Kraft going to bring it right back up. It would be definitely a big underdog story to see Alex Kraft, road course ace, winning here on an oval, but 14 cars making the start here for Dover. It's a 60-lap race, just under 25 minutes around this track, 60 times. Jacob Edson and Alex Kraft right now out in front, coming around for the 14 cars, 60 laps. Green flag is in the air here at Dover. A huge jump by Kalen Nosler already on the back of Jacob Edson. And into one, Nosler going to pull away. Kraft is holding that inside line up. But now coming off of the corner, Nosler all over the back of Edson, down the back straightaway for the first time, getting up to speed here at Dover. Tim Foster moving into third. Kalen Nosler now going to get to the inside of Edson. Cars, this track very tight coming out of the corners with the setups that these Jegs Race of Champions cars have, so you'll see a lot of cars drift up to the top, but they can hold some momentum coming off of that. Jacob Edson out in front, Nosler second, third is now Tim Foster, fourth Jay Jefferson, Alex Kraft dropped all the way to fifth. Carson Bowers, Blake Maurice battling further back. You see Zachary DeLello in that 57. Started 14th on the outside line. He's making his way for a battle up into the top 10 already. Back up front, though, Tim Foster diving to the inside of Kalen Nosler. Jay Jefferson, could he make a big three-wide move? He's trying to. 3 wide down the back straightaway here at Dover, and Jefferson trying to dive under all of them. Nosler clears, but now Jefferson, that's going to put that 21 up into the 3rd position as he moves around Tip Foster. But it's 2 by 2 further back. Aiden Burkhart in that 18, now sitting right behind his teammate Blake Maurice in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Aiden moving up to 6th, but Zachary DeLello from 14th to 7th already. If he can just clear Carson Bowers, that is a huge run for a driver who is winless in the NSDCA. And further back, Alex Kraft doing the opposite. He started 2nd on the outside of row number 1 after finishing 2nd at Daytona. He's all the way dropped back to the 11th position in that 36 car. The pack back here, that's where all the battling is happening right now. But back up front, there is a driver trying to make a move. Kalen Nosler getting a big move here on Edson. Now down to the inside. Can Nosler take it away from the 10 truck, or the 10 car? This is not the Crown Royal Truck Series. But Kalen Nosler has already dethroned Diego Yepes almost twice in the season, and now Yepes, his Monster Motorsports partner, is trying to hold off this number 17. Of course, back to the All-Star race. Nosler passed the Monster Motorsports drivers on the last lap to go ahead and win the All-Star race. And at Nashville, he almost had it. 4 wide further back. Big hit by Carson Bowers. And it's also Sebastian Kukulon involved in that. Aiden Burkhart up into the outside wall. But a huge hit for Sebastian Kukulon. Carson Bowers. Kalen Nosler has also taken the race lead away from Jacob Edson. What a move there. Maurice going up to the outside. But Kalen Nosler, your new race leader, we'll get a replay of that. They come back across the line to finish. To come back to the caution. Huge hit. Carson Bowers. See that 22 car smoking. It looks like his day is going to be done. His Jegs Race Champions career not starting off on a high note. That is going to be heartbreak for that 22 team, as well as Sebastian Kukulon. Damage to the 12 car. It looked like they got 4 wide off of the corner. We'll go ahead and take a replay of that. But that 12 and that 22 look like both of them will not be finishing this race. That's a big hit for Carson Bowers in that 22. We'll get an onboard with him as well. There are cameras all over every single car in the Jegs Race Champions, but Bowers pulls it on into his pit box. It looks like his day will be done. Sebastian Kukulon as well now, pulling his number 12 down pit road. We'll see if he pulls in. But it is Kalen Nosler out in front. Sebi's old partner from the Season 1 Red Bull of the Crown Royal Truck Series. Kalen Nosler has moved to Onge Auto and Butcher Gatorade Racing, Butcher Gatorade Motorsports for next season. Sebastian Kukulon, we'll see if he will retire from this event. They're going to pull it onto pit road. Will they try to repair that number 12? And yes, they will. Team's going to go to work on that. But we'll go ahead and take a quick replay of what happened to these multiple drivers here in the first crash of the Jegs Race of Champions season. Oh, Kukulon's already back out. Oh, boy. So what happens here? We're going to go all the way back to see this through. So Carson Bowers up on the outside. They're 3 wide ahead of him. Butcher's looking all the way to the inside. Now Bowers dives under Yepes at Aiden Burkhart. Kukulon says, no, I'm going to make it 4 wide. But Kukulon's just going to hook into him. They run out of room. Yepes gets a piece of it too. But Bowers ends up with the worst of it. With Kukulon, they both go spinning. Heavy hits there. Kukulon hits the commitment cone and spins himself out as well. We'll get a couple onboard shots here and another wider angle. Out the back bumper of Ryan Butcher, you can see a big move by Bowers down to the inside on his new boss, Diego Yepes, but they slide up. Kukulon just makes a daring move to the inside, but they're all going to get together. Yepes almost gets a piece of it, but he keeps going. 2 big hits there by that 22 and 12. Also, Yepes came back up and put Aiden Burkhart into the wall, so that could be a bit of an issue there between those two as this race goes on. Oh, hello. Now we'll go on board with the visor cam on Carson Bowers in this Jegs car. Look at that move by Ryan Butcher. He picked up 4 spots in turn 1. We didn't see that before, but you see Bowers dives all the way down to the inside of Yepes. They're going to go 3 wide. Kukulon makes it 4 wide. They're all running out of room, and they're just going to bounce off of each other. Bowers hard hit head on into the inside wall. That will be the end of the day for that 22 team. Let's go ahead and get back to the green flag here for the restart in the Jegs Race of Champions. Going to be going back green here, and it is Kalen Nosler in the race lead. Jacob Edson second, Blake Murray's third, Tib Foster up to fourth, Jay Jefferson fifth. Zachary DeLello from 14th on the grid to sixth. He is making a very strong effort towards the front. Ryan Butcher, after that four-car pass, he's up to seventh. Chandler Maurice to 8th, Peter Onjak 9th, Diego Yepes 10th, Alex Kraft 11th, Jacob Edson 12th, Sebastian Kukulon in that damaged 12. He sits in 13th. So Kalen Nosler, can he hold on and try to win it? Jacob Edson looking for 2 for 2. Blake Maurice, he started in the 11th position today. He's all the way up to the 3rd position. A lot of drivers making big moves towards the front, but it is Kalen Nosler and Jacob Edson leading us down. We still have over 50 laps to go, or just under 50 laps to go, I should say. Kukulon, the only damaged car. Green flag back in the air here at Dover, and already Edson and Nosler pulling away from Maurice and Foster. But Nosler going to try to stay ahead. Edson now, they're all going to stay single file. These cars are very good at drafting, and it is Zachary DeLello in that 57, the first car making the move. He's down to the inside on Jefferson. Ryan Butcher, he's made aggressive moves all day now. He's looking as down there with DeLello. Two drivers forcing their way to the front. Peter Onjak's going to go with them. Jefferson now all the way up. Yepes now stuck 3 wide. Aiden Burkhardt on the inside of him, almost contact there. But look at this pack of cars making big moves as well. Alex Kraft in that 36. He's trying to force his way back up to the front. But now the top two pulling away. Blake Maurice into 3rd. Now Zachary DeLello looking for that 4th position on Foster. The march to the front, looking for his first career win. He's going. Nosler maintaining the race lead, but Zachary DeLello now clear into 4th if he could just get around Tib. Peter Onjak almost made a 3 wide move. They're going 3 wide further back. Chandler Maurice's first start in the Jegs Race of Champions, 3x3 there, with Aiden Burkhardt real close between those two and Yepes. But now back up front, Ryan Butcher, he's made his way up to the 5th position. This 01 having a charge, and Peter Onjak as well in that 44. Making moves towards the front. Jefferson and Foster have now dropped back. There's Alex Kraft fighting Aiden Burkhardt, Chandler Maurice. A lot of cars right in this gap. This would be where we'd see a crash if it's going to happen. But back up front it is Kalen Nosler, and all Kalen Nosler out in front in the 17 car. Edson trying in 2nd. In 3rd, Blake Maurice. 4th, DeLello, and now 5th goes to Peter Onjak. Onjak making a move towards the front, and he's going to have Tib Foster, his own driver. He brought Tib in, got him a ride, and now Tib, of course, the Season 3 Mountain Dew Custom Series champion, the Onj Auto teammates that are in this event, they're making their move towards the front. They're up to 5th and 6th. Zachary DeLello now making a charge, looking for 3rd on Blake Maurice. What a move this could be for this 57 team. DeLello and Zachary Racing expanding big over this offseason. They have jumped up to 2 full-time, or no, they have 1 full-time ARCA car and a couple part-times, as well as 2 full-time trucks next season, with DJ Gibson moving up to that Zachary Racing number 53. DeLello on the inside of Blake Maurice. The difference between these two, one has 3 wins in 1 season and a championship. The other has nothing. DeLello today looking for that first win in this series, in this association, though, as we said, these will not count towards their actual NSDCA standings. It will put them into the Jegs Race of Champions next season. Any winner who wins a Jegs Race of Champions race is locked into the field for next season. That means Jacob Edson will be returning to this series next season for sure. Blake Maurice now fighting with Zachary DeLello back in that 3rd position, but DeLello still making moves towards the front. Nosler pulling away from Edson. Now the battle for 5th between Peter Onjak, Tib Foster starting to heat up. We'll see which of these two is the better driver from Onj Auto here. But it is Blake Maurice all over the back of Zachary DeLello. Let's go on board with Blake, as he is right on the back bumper of that 57, trying to make some moves. DeLello just in front of him in this number 57. But now it looks like he's going to pull away a bit. DeLello started 14th. Can he go from the back to the front here at Dover? Try to win this race, but Maurice is all over the back of him. Edson is really starting to lose it. DeLello and Maurice are trying to work together. Now Blake's going to look down to the inside, as we are 1/3 of the way through this event. DeLello now going to use that outside line, and he's going to be able to pull away from Blake just a little bit down that back straightaway, so that outside line might be able to work if they can get up there and hold enough speed. But Edson seems to be using it way more than everyone else. Here comes Zachary DeLello. Battle for 2nd is about to start raging, as DeLello's getting up there on Edson. This is going to be a good battle. As we said, Edson locked into the locked into the Jegs Race of Champions next season, as he won at Daytona last week. And now DeLello, Blake Maurice, Kalen Nosler as well, all trying to fight and make the series next season. Peter Onjak 5th, Foster 6th. Now Butcher sits 7th, battle up for 2nd. DeLello and Maurice going to work together to the inside. Now Blake is going to force DeLello 3 wide for the 2nd position. Blake is right there, contact between the 57 and the 11, but they're still going to go 3 wide. Blake shoving it in on the inside, and that is a battle for the 2nd position. Edson shoved out, DeLello on the outside, Blake on the inside, and wow, they are fighting hard. DeLello now trying to clear Blake, using that outside line momentum. Look at Peter Onjak back there in 5th, but the battle is heating up as Kalen Nosler is launching away. We now have 6 cars in this battle for the 2nd position. DeLello shoved to the outside. Can he make it work? Edson back to the inside. DeLello on the outside. This is the battle for that 3rd position now, as Blake Maurice is looking to catch and pass Kalen Nosler. DeLello all the way to the outside line, trying to use the momentum off of the corner for this 3rd position to keep it away from Jacob Edson. Almost clears him. He tries it. Edson dives it in. Now Tib Foster dives to the inside of Onjak. It's heating up for 3rd through 6th here, and almost contact off of the corner between the 10 and the 57, but they are still fighting. Tib Foster trying to make some, oh, I just lost my train of thought there. Tib just going to use that as an opportunity to get by Peter. Peter walks it very high in the corner, and that's going to allow Ryan Butcher to get back around him as well. Peter looks to be struggling here. Now Foster around DeLello. DeLello's chances starting to slip away. As you see, Kalen Nosler now out to a 2.5 lead. You can see them as they fly off the corner. There is the field. That is the big pack we're watching, but a lot of slower cars near the back. Sebastian Kukulon's car not that slow, but it might just be because Alex Kraft, a road course ace, not very good on the speedways. He sits back in that 12th position. Aiden Burkhardt 11th. Chandler Maurice sits 10th, and Diego Yepes, winningest driver in the series. He sits 9th just behind this train of cars. But Kalen Nosler has been checking out as they've battled behind him. Now we are reaching the halfway point. Nosler looking to just take this one home. Jacob Edson in the 10. He never was really that good on the super speedways. He went on to win. Nosler just lost 0.3 of a second to Blake Maurice and Edson. But Kalen Nosler, as we were saying, he won here before. In the 2 seasons we had Dover on the schedule, he won the first ever Mountain Dew Custom Series race at this track. Now he's looking to go once again. Maurice bringing Edson, bringing Onjak. Big move by Butcher further back. But they are catching him now. They've dropped 0.4 off that battle for the lead, and Blake Maurice is not a driver you want to lose time to because he will pull away from you so quickly. Peter Onjak up to 4th. It's been a struggling time for him. One of the drivers who said he was not looking forward to these cars and to this series because he did not think he was able to drive them well. Last week at Daytona, he finished pretty far back, but right now he's made his way up through the field. He sits 4th. This could be a great points day for him, a great chance for this 44 car to get up there to show that they know what they are made of. He's right now in that 4th position with DeLello back there in 5th. Now Diego Yepes making a move around Ryan Butcher. That is for that 8th position as Tib Foster and Yepes both cleared that 01 car. But Kalen Nosler is starting to lose a lot of time. Look at the distance. The car is starting to get kind of spread out. But Kalen Nosler in the 17, he does not want any of these drivers behind him. Look at the field behind him. Blake Maurice in 2nd, Season 1 Crown Royal Truck Series champion with 3 wins coming into this series. Peter Onjak, as he makes the move for 3rd on Edson. Peter looking for a race win today, but he is a Season 1 champion too. Now, 1 career win for him. Zachary DeLello, a driver with no wins, but has some of the greatest driver stats in the NSDCA, one of the best drivers of this generation. Jacob Edson back there in that 5th position, and Jay Jefferson as well. No slouch, has won a race twice at Richmond. That's his only wins, but is consistent nonetheless. Diego Yepes, of course, the 8-time winner. Further back there, Sebastian Kukulon, Alex Kraft just puttering around on this track. Blake Maurice is pulling back away, or is losing time to Kalen Nosler once again, but that time they stayed just about equal. Kalen Nosler, he has 24 laps to do it this time by. If he can hold on for 24 more laps, it's his. There should not be any need for pit stops. I am very sure that this race length will not make pit stops. There you see the field as they come out of turn number 4, all spread out. Aiden Burkhardt, Alex Kraft, Chandler Maurice, Sebastian Kukulon all struggling further back. There is the battle for that 5th position. That's Jay Jefferson versus Jacob Edson. That's going to be the TSR owner versus the Monster Motorsports owners in this upcoming battle. Now, Ryan Butcher walks it all the way up the track, but this is starting to be a good battle back here for this 5th, 6th, 7th position. Yepes almost into the back of Jefferson there, had to back off, but they're starting to fight here. Tib Foster as well in that 40 car trying to bring him up, but now it's a 4-car draft train right here. The draft train, these cars are meant to draft. These cars are not meant to bump, not meant to wreck. They are meant to use the draft, use their high downforce package to get themselves up towards the front. Now Diego Yepes down to the inside on Jay Jefferson. 3 wide. Here comes Ryan Butcher with that aggressive move once again he made right before the crash. Jay Jefferson drops back now 3 spots. Butcher making a move on Diego Yepes, looking for that 7th position, but there is also Tib Foster trying to push him right on up as well. This is the battle that we are watching as Blake Maurice is starting to just even out with Kalen Nosler further up. They're only 1.3 seconds between them. Now Tib Foster making a big move on Ryan Butcher. That is now for that 7th position. Looking for a move for 8th. Now down to the inside, Jay Jefferson looking for that 8th position on Butcher, and he's going to get it nice and cleanly. Butcher, an aggressive racer, but he is seeming like he's fallen back in the late stages. Now there is a battle for that 2nd position and 3rd position. Peter Onjak now having to hold off Zachary DeLello back there. The blue number 44, it's been a staple of Onj Auto for 3 seasons, and in their 4th season, Anderson Reed jumps on to drive that Mountain Dew Custom Series number 44 with Penn State, the blue and white colors, on the 44 car. The only season that blue did not appear on the 44 was that of Season 3 with Logan Cloud's white and black with a little bit of green and yellow on that Verner's and DeWalt number 44 that he drove to, I believe, a 15th place finish. The championship, Kalen Nosler as well, has launched away, really overshooting it, but I think that's just his move. Zachary DeLello pushes Onjak all the way up the track. That is now the battle for the 3rd position starting to rage. And further back, they're battling as well. Butcher going back to the inside of Jefferson. Real close between those two. But let's get back up to this battle for 3rd. Peter Onjak. He wants to finish as high as possible. He wants to get those points, and he's now looking. Now Edson's going to make a move on the outside. Edson really shot it up to the outside. Peter going to drive back on that inside line. Still looking for any chance he can get to get around Zachary DeLello. Now he has Jacob Edson pressuring him from the back. Edson real close to the back bumper. That could get him real loose as DeLello now starting to pull away. Maurice has lost ground, and he keeps losing ground. Now back to 2 seconds on Nosler. And it looks like Kalen Nosler is on his way to win this race. We still have 15 laps to go, but we have the battle for that 4th position. Jacob Edson trying to make a move on Peter Onjak. And they both walk it up the track that time. Both trying to get a run on Zachary DeLello down this front straightaway. DeLello running very low, even down the straightaway. Maurice starting to catch back up to Nosler. We'll see if he can catch him by the end of this race. But if Zachary DeLello can hold off Peter Onjak, Jacob Edson, and even Diego Yepes, that could be a feat for this 57 driver, showing that he has the talent to possibly win a race in this upcoming season. But Kalen Nosler is gone. Let's take a look. We'll fly by across the line. You can see the distance there. Maurice gains almost 0.45 seconds. There's Alex Kraft just puttering around, and Sebastian Kukulon with the damage. He is struggling hard. There's Kukulon. There's Nosler. At this point in the race, we might be able to see Kalen Nosler come up on Sebastian Kukulon, try to lap him. However, it is Nosler out in front. He's been out in front for a while. Blake Maurice is trying to catch him. The question is, will he? Does he have enough time? He has 13 laps if he can do it. But that'll be a feat if he could. Kalen Nosler really looking to win this race because he knows if he does not win in the JROC, he might not be here next season. Blake Maurice coming off of the corner. We'll see the distance now. It was 1.42 last time, 1.6 again. So it looks like the 2nd place car just not able to catch that race leader. DeLello back there in 3rd. Peter Onjak 4th. Edson 5th. Yepes 6th. 7th, Tib Foster. The battle is now for 8th. Ryan Butcher and Jay Jefferson. They have lost touch with the top. But look at Chandler Maurice back there in 10th. He could be a driver getting into the mix with 2 legends of the sport. Aiden Burkhardt back in 11th. Alex Kraft is back in 12th. Sebastian Kukulon in 13th. It is Kalen Nosler out in front over Blake Maurice and the rest of the field as they go. Not a lot of laps left. Looks like Kalen Nosler could just be on his way to a victory in the Jegs Race of Champions. This could be big for the 17 team. He started this race in 3rd. He is in the points position. in third. That means with the drivers in front of him, Jacob Edson sitting in 6th, and Alex Kraft sitting in 12th. Kalen Nosler would be your points leader heading out of this. However, that would mean he would start last next week. Right now, Blake Maurice is doing everything he can, but it's just not enough. He's only ever had one start at Dover, and it wasn't that good. Now, Maurice has pulled away from DeLello. DeLello back there in third has pulled away from this battle. Diego Yepes has made his way for a battle in the top 5. Him and Edson starting to squabble for that 5th position. Peter Onjak hoping neither of them touch him, and Tim Foster hoping both of these guys wreck so he can pick up an easy top 5. But this is the only battle right now happening on the track. But further back, you see a 3-car battle. Ryan Butcher slowing up Jay Jefferson, bringing Chandler Maurice in that 0-0 into this mix. This could be an interesting battle, especially for Chandler, who will be driving in the Mountain Dew Custom Series next season for Burkhart Maurice Motorsports, in the number 11 that his brother Blake has made famous. Right now, Chandler up there in the 10th position. Now Jefferson walks it high. Chandler's never ran on Dover. He's never ran the only time he's ever ran a track bigger than a half a mile was with Monster Motorsports in Kansas. That's when he crashed the truck and didn't really have that much opportunity to drive. He sits back in that 10th position. Battle for 4th starting to heat up again. Onjak walks it up the track real slow, and here comes Yepes. That's for the 4th position. Big move by Diego, and it looks like he's might be able to clear that number 44, and he will. Peter Onjak clear. Diego Yepes clear Peter Onjak. That is the battle. Kalen Nosler being reeled in once again, but I don't think there is enough time. 4-car battle. Foster now starting to drop out of it. Onjak has to hold off 2 of the Monster Motorsports drivers. Blake Maurice losing it from Kalen Nosler, and it looks like Kalen Nosler on his way to a victory. Peter Onjak now having to fight off Jacob Edson, having to fight off Diego Yepes. And 4th, 5th, and 6th looks like this will be the only battle left on track. Unless Jefferson can make his way around Ryan Butcher further back, we'll make sure to get some coverage of that. And you see a couple guys running different lines. Chandler's still trying to be interesting, I guess. There's Kukulon, the distance to Nosler. Too big. Does not look like Nosler will catch the lap traffic. So a flawless day by Kalen Nosler. He only has 3 laps to go before we can call this a flawless day. He jumped into the lead early, made a big move on the start, and it looks like he's ready to bring this number 17 home in the 1st position for the first time since the All-Star race. Blake Maurice back at 2nd, just no time, and Jacob Edson has cleared Peter Onjak. Peter not getting a top 5 here. He's going to fight back to the inside of Edson, though. Looking for the move, Edson throws the block. Further back, Jefferson and Butcher starting to fight. Onjak just does not have the exit speed, does not have any of the cornering speed. Now Tim Foster trying to make a move. Chandler Maurice looking to the inside of Ryan Butcher. That is for that 9th position. What can Chandler do with 2 of the best in the sport, Butcher and Jefferson? Some of the top drivers, and Maurice makes short work of Butcher. Right up there, but now Onjak trying. It's not going to be enough. Coming around to the white flag. Kalen Nosler has the other cars gone. This 17 has been strong all race long. While they battled for 2nd and squabbled for that position, Kalen Nosler checked out into turns number 3 and 4, and out of 4, as long as he can keep it out of the wall, as long as his car can come home. Kalen Nosler, your winner at Dover. Race number 2 goes to Nosler, Maurice, DeLello, Yepes. Peter Onjak comes home in 5th. Foster takes 6th, Edson 7th, Jefferson, Maurice, Butcher your top 10 with Aiden Burkhart 11th, 12th Alex Kraft, and 13th Sebastian Kukulon. Kalen Nosler, a dominating performance here at Dover, and that's 17 in the race victory lane. Blake Maurice comes up short. Peter Onjak, a great battle for that position between Tim Foster, Onjak, and Edson in those final laps. Peter will come home with a 5th position, but it is Kalen Nosler in the 17 car coming home with the win at the Dover International Speedway. The 2nd time in his career he will take a victory at this track. Thank you guys all for tuning in and watching these 60 laps here at Dover. And as you see everyone else pulling on into their pit stops, we'll sign off for now. Next week at Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m., sometime around there, will be the 3rd race, the Jegs Race of Champions at the Auto Club Speedway, a night race there for just about 25 laps. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time here on the NSDCA Network.